and the player that everyone said Michael Vick. Not everyone, but I don't know what you guys think. That Michael Vick was the best available option, youngest. Well, not youngest, but probably the best to win now. He is yet to be signed. It's only Friday, but where is he going to end up? And is he going to get a starting job, or is he going to end up back in Philly as the backup to Nick Foles? Hanscom, we'll start with you.
Someone else wants to go with this one.
Alright, I got this.
Go ahead.
He's going to have as a starter in Buffalo. I'm sorry.
I can see that.
I don't see it at all. The Bills have said multiple times EJ is their guy as of right now, and it's not fair to put all that on a kid that got hurt.
I feel like it would help the Bills a lot.
But you remember, like, before the Browns game, before he got hurt in that Browns game, we had that game.
Right.
No. That changed our season, just flipped it over into pretty good season, possibly a playoff season with the AFC being what it was.
Well, it was a tight ball game. I don't know why everyone thought that we had the game.
He was driving down the field. You said it's too run.
And then we scored on that drive.
But he didn't get out of bounds at the right time. It was too late.
There's a huge difference between EJ Manuel and Jeff Toole. We've seen.
Alright, I don't want to get into this. No way.
Yeah,
What about the obvious?
Their best offensive day when Jeff Toole started to say.
What about the obvious choice in the New York Jets?
What game's that?
Chiefs game.
The Chiefs game.
What
do you do with the run?
They outplayed the freaking Chiefs by like 270 yards.
They did, but that's because I put that on defense, and he cost us the game. I want him cut.
That game. That was their best game all year.
When he threw that ball to the Chiefs player, I want him cut immediately.
The whole thing.
Pick six to end to seal it.
He cost us
he was putting
the
in the
game.
worst position of anybody.
He cost us the game.
Alright, enough with the EJ Manuel talk.
I like the EJ.
Well, not everyone listening to this podcast is a Bills fan, and we've taken up probably 20 minutes talking about the Buffalo Bills.
Like everyone's
I'm sorry.
Especially Brendan.
Yeah, that's right. I said it.
Especially Brendan. When everyone talks about EJ Manuel, everyone seems to forget about his injury. Like, Manuel never played a whole
Yeah, that helps us.
That's his fault. Yeah.
He's fully healthy.
Really? He didn't get out of bounds at the right time. You kept taking unnecessary.
He got hit out of bounds.
I can't believe getting injured.
So you guys are telling me you don't blame Michael Vick for getting injured? No, it's not. It's the same thing. He got injured. Okay, in one year, EJ Manuel's had 3 knee injuries.
It was all lingering.
So what?
It was the same injury.
It was his fault for not getting out of bounds. It was his fault.
It was the same injury. Well, yeah, but the second knee wasn't as bad.
It was still another knee injury.
You can control being healthy. Look at Colin Kaepernick. A running quarterback can control not getting hit.
I think EJ is a little bit out of shape. I would agree with that.
Right.
I think he needs to...
He's a little bit lazy, too. Just a little bit.
Who?
I don't see EJ lazy.
What makes you think he's lazy?
I don't see him lazy.
Okay. He plays in the game, too, so...
Let's keep talking about Michael Vick. Why, and back to Michael Vick, why don't the Jets believe in Geno Smith?
I don't see Vick as a starter anywhere. Not even Jacksonville.
So you think his time as a starter is over?
I think his time as a starter is done.
Yeah, I agree with that, Hanksy.
What? So maybe his best shot is just to stay in Philly where coach loves him. He's been there for a while. He knows the system. Why doesn't he go back there?
Maybe Philly doesn't want him.
Yeah.
That is true. There has been reports that they...
Or if he doesn't want to go back to
Philly. Have better options.
There's better options than just Philly.
If I was Philly, I'd much rather have Chip say, okay, let's look at this draft. Let me try to find a guy that maybe I can mold to either fill Nick Foles' spot or come in if Nick Foles starts to struggle.
He might wait to sign until draft day.
I also heard that. The Jets have Marty Morningway as their offensive coordinator. He had the same position in Philadelphia when Michael Vick started those 3 years. The first couple years were on good terms. They ended on some bad terms with that disaster in the 4-12 season 2012. No, I'm sorry, 2013. Nope, 2012.
You know the definition of insanity?
Yes.
It's doing the
same thing over and over again.
With expecting different results.
Yeah, expecting different results.
If the Jets sign Mike Vick and expect him to be a starter, then they're insane. Because they're going to be expecting something that's not going to be important.
That's why the Eagles wasted 2 years of LeSean McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, and Jeremy Maclin's potential because they kept wasting their time with the roster they had.
Yeah, you can't.
Minnesota would have been a good fit if they didn't sign Matt Castle. I think Houston. What about Jacksonville got Chad Henne. Could Houston be a potential spot if they decide not to draft?
I forgot about Houston.
He's not a starter.
Houston might not think quarterback because do you know who they're interested in?
Who?
Ryan Mallett.
That was true, but they did not have enough interest to make a trade.
Ryan Mallett.
Ryan Mallett could be the next time.
He has good potential, but listen to this though.
Ryan Mallett does not have the decision making and brilliance.
You know who I can see being the next Tom Brady? Brock Osweiler.
Okay, wait. I want to say, hold on. No, he's right though. He's right on this. That Ryan Mallett has not given a chance. He was just as good as Jake Locker and Christian Ponder in that draft, and because of his character issues, he fell. Hold on 1 second. Ryan Mallett, the Houston Texans showed interest in him, but not enough. They dialed up and they wanted to know what the price would be. Like GMs call in on players. The Eagles, the Giants, the Bills, a bunch of teams called in on Darrelle Revis to like what they'd be asking for, just based on pure interest. But the Texans weren't interested enough to make a move for Ryan Mallett, which maybe Bill O'Brien was the offensive, the quarterbacks coach, I believe, for the the Patriots when they drafted Ryan Mallett. So if he's familiar with him, if he maybe wants to get his own guy, that might say something. And I don't think there's enough.
I think if the Patriots like Ryan Mallett, they're gonna keep him because Tom Brady's 38.
He's turning 37 in July.
I think he's got 3 more to go. I think he wants arguably 1 more ring.
He's trying
it up.
Yeah. Right. I think if he gets over,
I also think he'll keep going.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question about Brady? Everybody gets on Richard Sherman because of what he does. They say, "Oh, what a scumbag!" But then Tom Brady does the same thing, screaming on the sidelines, and they're all like, "What a fiery competitor!" Why is that?
He's not with his team.
Richard Sherman goes after opponents. Tom Brady pumps up his team.
Yeah.
Tom Brady also yells at his team that he got in Aaron Dobson and Kendall Tompkins' face Thursday night against the Jets. So you're wrong on that case. No, and yet everyone says he's a fiery competitor. But then when Richard Sherman does the exact same thing, they're like, he's a total scumbag.
They say that when he yelled, when does Richard
Sherman
yell at teammates? I always thought.
No, I didn't yell at his team. I mean get
glory for Richard Sherman.
When Richard Sherman talks, Tom Brady talks too, bud. If you have him mic'd up,
he does talk.
If you listen to the mic'd up against him in the AFC
Championship against the Ravens, every single player in the NFL does.
So then why is it wrong with Richard Sherman? Just because they get him on the mic doing it?
Because he said, "I'm the best quarterback in the league."
I think no, it's not that.
That's not why. That's just what he said.
That impersonation was hilarious. But it was not that. It was Sherman's attitude being directed at Crabtree was what turned people off.
So it's more about
Tom Brady. No, Tom Brady does some dirty things. We remember him like diving at the.
Tom Brady's also a spoiled loser too. He walks off the field on shaking people's hands every time he loses.
I think Tom Brady is one of the. He's Brendan, if not you.
I'm wrong on this all the time. Everybody talks about how he does this. Against the Patriots, against the Panthers on Monday night, the minute they called that a fair incomplete pass,
But when Richard Sherman, Michael Crabtree just got eliminated from a chance to go to the Super Bowl, you don't walk up to him and do that. And then
they got him. They caught him at the minute he got that
such a
pick.
He went up to him like good game and started like.
He said good game. Give me a break. Michael Crabtree.
Good game. He was like
no, but Michael Crabtree also hit him in the face. Richard Sherman. When you listen to Richard Sherman, he kind of didn't sound being sarcastic. He sounded kind of sincere when he walked up.
Tell me this. If Crabtree catches that, does he go up to him and say good game?
I don't know. I've never seen.
But are you knocking? I'm not knocking. I'm asking why. Do you think Tom Brady's still? Do you think Tom Brady's still one of the best quarterbacks ever?
Yeah. Still, he will go down no matter what happens.
Yeah. Do you think he's almost better than Montana?
By the way,
if not better.
By the way, Charles Tillman re-signed with the Bears.
That's good. That's a good move by us.
But back to the Brady. Like Tom Brady, I do think he's a competitor. He yells at his teammates. He gets on his teammates because he expects the best out of his teammates. Always.
And I love that.
He puts in his best.
Just for the record, Richard Sherman is not a scumbag personality-wise. Off the field, he's one of the most involved in his community. So I'm just saying he's not like a thug like some people think.
He's not a thug. But Sherman is a little.
Oh, look, Brendan has something else negative to say about what I said. What else is freaking no?
He is a little temperamental towards like people calling him out and saying he's not the best. Well, but
Deion Sanders did that too.
Deion Sanders,
he was a scumbag too.
Neither of them were scumbags. They're
not Sanders was a scumbag. He still is. What coach was he on? Is he on the NFL?
You say a lot of things. You say a lot of things that sound ignorant
But they make sense.
Unprofessional.
Okay.
They are not scumbags. They are not at all. They are just competitive. Richard Sherman is, in their own way, the most competitive player, besides maybe Tom Brady.
Everyone's competitive, just they handle it in a different way. Some people don't talk.
He's aggressive.
Some people go like Calvin, right? Some people like Calvin Johnson just do it on the field. They don't say much and they shake their head. Like Barry Sanders scores a touchdown, he just hands the ball to the ref. Like there's people that handle it.
I wish the Bills honestly had more people that would get in the opponent's face. I mean, we sacked them a lot. We sack teams a lot. I know it's a.
There's a couple occasions that they got.
Bills sack teams a lot, and they do not get in the faces of individuals. Yeah. Except there was one moment. The last moment that I saw was when someone took off Fitzpatrick's helmet and Fitzpatrick got in his face.
Yeah, did you see that? That was Grant Spikes.
Did you see that? I saw it.
That was Grant Spikes. No. Not only did he get him on his face, he said,
that's why I mentioned it.
He said, let's epic go. No, this is what Ryan Fitzpatrick said. Ryan Fitzpatrick was like a lumberjack, and he got him and said, "Come on, let's epic go, Brandon."
No, but what the thing about like every player talks trash on the field. Like when other players talk about it and are asked that, they say that other people they talk trash on the field. But Richard Sherman, he also takes it off the field. Like you know how many Twitter debates and stuff he gets into.
Okay, but he's not the only one that trash talks on Twitter. Look at Steve Smith, but no one calls Steve Smith a dirty scumbag.
I do.
Yeah, Daniel Hall initiated when Daniel Hall has no business talking to Richard Sherman. Hey, Daniel Hall, why don't you make a tackle first? He was second in most missed tackles. He's an overpaid veteran corner.
In one game.
Steve Smith might be the scummiest player in the NFL.
What was that?
Steve Smith might be the scummiest player in the NFL.
Stop saying
he gets in fights every
is a
game.
terrible word. It is an unprofessional word. It is an unprofessional word.
Okay.
Do not say scummy. It just sounds silly, ignorant. No, I'm sick of hearing the words scumbag, scummy, idiot.
Welcome to the Inside Brennan's Football 9. Check it out. I really knows how that blog's about that.
He said, check my stats, and then after go check my bank. After that he said, yeah, you right, your team is great, man. Can't argue that. Cam Chancellor and L. Thomas, they're the best in the biz. Then 3 minutes later he said, just make sure you stay in Seattle, because without that pass rush you are who we thought you were. 5th round pick with no speed.
Who thought they were?
And then, like 5 minutes later, he said, man, you better start praying now that you can do what I do 10 years in the game. And then, like 5 minutes later, he said, let me know when you have 4 interceptions in one game.
Alright, let me say one thing about Richard Sherman as well. He stays on one side, and I've heard some people that are skeptical that maybe he should be shadowing the best receiver in the game that entire time. Is that based on skill set or just the game plan that he doesn't have a choice?
At one point, he was covering Joe Webb.
He stays on the left side.
Football, I feel, is not an individual game. No, I don't think you need the shadow receivers to be considered the best. In my mind, Richard Sherman is the best corner right now. He is.
A healthy Darrelle Revis, I'm sorry, I'm not.
A healthy Darrelle Revis gets beat by the likes of Stevie Johnson.
Okay, you can't keep using that because a couple games Stevie caught some touchdowns on him.
He dominates.
When you watch Darrelle Revis, when you watch Darrelle Revis dominate guys like Des Bryant, the skill set. Stevie Johnson also had a big game against Richard Sherman.
Stevie Johnson is good against the Bears.
I think that's just saying that Stevie Johnson's a good wide receiver. Big deal.
I do agree with you that a big game with
he is a good wide receiver,
but he's a great route runner.
He had a good game with Richard Sherman, but most of that was garbage.
But
44.
Right. But then how can you say Revis is better than Sherman? How can you say that?
No, not the Revis. I'm talking about
Darrelle Revis is physical. I've seen it more. He's been showing it more. He also has a secondary that's not as good. To talk to me when Darrelle Revis has two, arguably you could argue anything, that the Seahawks have the 2 best safeties in the NFL. Okay, I'm just saying he benefits off that, and also
argue that the Jets defense that Revis was on was very good.
Yeah,
you can also argue that water is blue, but you know it's
not blue.
Not
blue. It's clear.
Right, but you can argue
anything.
It looks like it's blue.
Only stupid people can argue things that aren't true.
No, only smart people can. Only people that are going to be lawyers.
Yeah.
Alright, okay. Before we end this thing, just a couple of new updates. A couple of receivers. Emmanuel Sanders is visiting with the 49ers, and Hakeem Nicks is at Indianapolis visiting with the Colts.
Ooh.
That was a while ago.